winning that ticket, Rose, was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I think the Keen Act was the best thing that ever happened to us.
This little breakup might be the very best thing that ever happened to you.
As a matter of fact, you're the best thing that ever happened to us. Okay?
She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Emma taking off was the best thing that ever happened to me.
And you're the best thing that ever happened to me.
Says it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
I'm the best thing that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, my hunter's the best thing that ever happened to me.
So in a way, that became the best thing that ever happened to me.
Best thing that ever happened to her is when you came along.
You know, Joe, I think if this works out, it could be the best thing that ever happened. I think he's...
Best thing that ever happened to that name.
I lived it. I was the best thing that ever happened to that guy.
This city ordinance is the best thing that ever happened to us.
We don't have jobs. I mean, this is about the best thing ever happened to us.
Thing that ever happened to us.
She said you were the best thing that ever happened to her in her whole life.
Look, I've been thinking that you getting the sack is maybe the best thing that ever happened to you. What?
You said you were the best thing that ever happened to him.
If he did that, he missed out on the best thing that ever happened to him.
Like the best thing that ever happened to him. Little anchors that kept him from floating adrift.
You tell me what the hell is going on before you throw away the best thing that ever happened to you in your life. You have no right! I know it doesn't feel like it at the moment, but this could be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Well, you told me that Emma leaving was the best thing that ever happened to you.
In my opinion, meeting me was the best thing that ever happened to you.
Best thing that ever happened to you, Gary.
She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Never look back. Best thing that ever happened to me.
She's the best thing that ever happened to you.
Best thing that ever happened to me before that day.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Because she's the best thing that ever happened to you.
Harry dying was the best thing that ever happened to her? Yeah, because now she can have sex with somebody who's not an accountant.
Bill Clinton is the best thing that ever happened to Washington, and I say that as a Republican.
Actually, jail was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, I think she's the best thing that ever happened to Danny.
Best thing that ever happened to me.
This is the best thing that ever happened to me.
It's the best thing that ever happened to them.
Might be the best thing that ever happened to him.
Best thing that ever happened to me. She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
She was nuts about you. She's the best thing that ever happened to you.
Adoption really was the best thing that ever happened to us.
You're the best thing that ever happened to me, baby.
That woman is the best thing that ever happened to me in my life!
You're the best thing that ever happened to me, okay?